I'm Harrison Graham. Here's what's coming up on Chicago Bears Now. Darnell Mooney, is he on the trade block? Do we believe the latest rumors? I dive in and give my thoughts. Could the Bears bring back this former Chicago Bear? Bit of a surprise that this player has become available. And then we've got the latest Bears roster cuts, full tracker of where we sit at this point in time. So let's go ahead and dive on in here. And we got to start with Darnell Mooney because Pro Football Focus is Brad Spielberger, who's fairly connected, especially with the Bears salary cap expert. He listed Mooney as a potential trade candidate. Now, he's not saying it's likely going to happen, but he made some interesting points, so let's hear him out. He said, it would come as a major surprise if the Bears entertained the idea of actually moving on from Darnell Mooney, but it would be less surprising if he was a bit frustrated with the lack of progress in extension conversations to this point in the offseason and was open to a change of scenery. Mooney went from the number one receiving option in 2022 to sharing targets with DJ Moore and Chase Claypool, and Chicago was a distant dead last in pass attempts, completions, and yards last season. Hopefully that changes. While they figure to take a massive step forward, perhaps Mooney wants more volume in a pivotal contract year. This would actually shock me. While there's some valid thinking there from Spielberger, the part that isn't valid is, what is this year all about for the Chicago Bears more than anything else? Yes, your fans are always going to say winning, and I get that. But it's about hopefully having a concrete answer to whether or not Justin Fields is your franchise quarterback for the next 5-10 years. That's really what you want to be able to answer coming out of this season. And if you trade one of Mooney or Claypool, it doesn't help you get a full evaluation of Justin Fields. Like, you want to give him every opportunity, and having all three of these guys along with DJ Moore gives you a better chance to play well. I like Darnell Mooney a lot. I would not make this move right now if I was Ryan Poles. Now, sure, if a team comes calling, you're going to answer the phone. That's just part of being a general manager. But I think Mooney's motivated coming off that ankle surgery to bounce back and have a good season. But at the same time, I don't think trading him right now just because you're unsure if he and Claypool will both be back next year makes a lot of sense at all. I want to see this trio in action. I get it. You may have to pick between Mooney and Claypool after this year. I'll take that chance, though, even if that means losing one of those guys without getting a draft pick in return. You can get a comp pick in the free agency period with the comp formula there. I need to see this trio play. Justin Fields deserves this opportunity with all three of these guys after what he's had to deal with his first 2 years. Give him every chance to prove to you that he is the guy for this franchise. You trade Mooney before week 1, that's not giving him every bullet in the chamber that you have at your disposal. So I don't think this happens. I understand Spielberger's thinking of it, especially from Mooney's camp of like, it's a contract year, a lot of mouths to feed on this offense. But unless Mooney comes out and demands a trade, I just don't think you move him right now. Now, fill in the blank for us. There is a blank % chance the Bears trade Darnell Mooney before week 1. Let me know what you guys think. Blank % chance. And after this YouTube ad break, while you guys answer in the comments, I'll give you my percentage chance that Mooney gets dealt. I think it's only about a 3% chance. Like, look, if some team calls and's like, hey, we'll give you a top, second round pick, potentially a top 50 pick. Sure, that's something you have to consider, especially since you're looking forward and you know that one of Mooney or Claypool is likely not going to be here next year. But coming off a down year with ankle surgery, that seems unlikely, right? Like, it'd probably be more like a third or fourth. I'll give it a 3% chance. I'm not going to say 0, but very small chance the Bears trade Darnell Mooney right now. How about bringing back DeAndre Houston-Carson? We talked about him some during the offseason, and the Ravens signed him a few weeks ago before training camp, and they've now cut ties. They have waived the veteran safety now. He's a little bit older. He is 32 years old, but I actually think there's some reasons that the Bears could and perhaps even should bring back DHC after this year. We'll dive into those here in just a moment. But our August subscriber sub battle is ongoing with the Raiders Report. It's been a battle. It's been a straight-up war out here, and we got a few days left in this month as they have picked up 2,383 new subscribers. We've picked up 2,104. We're right there. We're close. The Raiders Report has kind of been the top channel at Chat Sports for the last couple of years, and it'd be awesome to take them down this month in new subscribers. So to all the new subscribers already, a round of applause. This has been a hell of an effort, but if you want to get us over the finish line, if you're on the fence, hey, listen, daily content, news, rumors, We've been covering all the roster moves that have taken place, game previews, live watch parties. If you're a Bears fan, we like to think this is the channel for you, and it's 100% free. So check us out, hit the sub button, give us an opportunity. Okay, shout out to Tom Pelissero for breaking the news that DeAndre Houston-Carson was getting released by the Baltimore Ravens. He's been a nice, rotation player in his career. 139 tackles, 3 picks, 8 breakups, 3 forced fumbles. He was a special teams captain for this team, a special teams ace. And when he had to play, he was pretty reliable as a backup safety nickel option. And look, you're banged up at safety right now. Eddie Jackson and Jaquan Brisker, especially Brisker, have not practiced in the last few weeks. They had to place Adrian Colbert on season-ending IR after he was battling for a 53-man roster spot. Obviously, Jackson and Brisker are going to make the team, and we hope they're ready for Week 1. And Elijah Hicks has emerged as a number 3 safety, but you don't have that clear-cut number 4 safety right now. I like what I've seen from A.J. Thomas, but Kendall Williamson is not ready for that. I don't think he makes this team. So DHC as your number 4 safety is pretty solid. You know what he brings you on special teams, and if he absolutely has to play on defense, he knows the defense at least, right? Like, you're not going to feel like you're completely screwed with him back there. So I get it. He's older. If the Ravens cut him, maybe he's lost a step and they don't like what he saw. But at worst, as a number 4 safety special teams guy, leader type, veteran, this team could use a couple more vets. It's still a young roster. I would be open to this if I was the Chicago Bears. What say you? Would you bring back DeAndre Houston-Carson? Type Y for yes, or you can type in for no. If the price is right, I'm in, baby. Y for yes, in for no. Should be a vet minimum deal if you were to do it. Okay, FGB, FGB, FGB. Chant in the comments. We're 13 days away from this matchup with the Green Bay Packers Week 1 at Soldier Field. You want to rep it? FGB t-shirt, right? Pick one up right now. Chatsports.com/FGB. All sizes back in stock. Plenty available for you guys. I'm going to be rocking it Week 1. You should be rocking it Week 1. Get yourself an FGB t-shirt. Link is in the comments and the description. Chatsports.com/FGB. Okay, how about another trade rumor? Derek Barnett. Jeremy Fowler reports that the Eagles have given Barnett permission to seek a trade. And if this sounds familiar, A, from the reporter and the report, that's because it is. Jeremy Fowler also had the report that Bears edge rusher Trevis Gipson has received permission to seek a trade from Chicago. Obviously, the notes of 7 sacks, maybe going back to a 3-4, yada, yada. And look, if Gipson were to be dealt, I'd be pretty interested in going after Derek Barnett. Now, if you keep Gipson, it's kind of like keep what you know, right? Like Barnett played 1 game last year before having a season-ending injury. He's been okay with the Eagles, but that defensive line's pretty crowded. But he's a decent rusher. Like, he's got good power, 21.5 sacks in 65 career games. So that's about a sack every 3 weeks. So if he plays all 17, 5, 6 sacks, it's kind of what you're looking at. If he is available, 76 quarterback hits. And don't forget this connection, too. Ian Cunningham, the Bears assistant GM, under Ryan Poles, his right-hand man, was in that Eagles front office for years and knows Derek Barnett very well. Could that connection come into play here? So this is something to consider. I saw some Bears fans on Twitter kind of talking about it. And look, if you want a bit of a more established pass rusher out there like Derek Barnett, he's certainly a decent option. If Gipson stays, you probably wouldn't make this move, but maybe you send him out somewhere and Barnett becomes a viable option for Chicago. Pick an edge. Who would you rather have? Type TG for Trevis Gipson, DB for Derek Barnett. I think Barnett's a little more proven in this league, but Gibson's younger, got a little less wear and tear on the tires. Kind of just depends on what your flavor is, TG for Gipson or DB for Derek Barnett. Okay, let's get you caught up on our Bears roster cuts tracker. We had a video earlier catching you guys up, but this is where we sit right now, starting with offense to defense. P.J. Walker, Darius Fountain, Simba Webster, Lachlan Pitts, a lot of offensive linemen. Alex Leatherwood, Gabe Hoy, Kellen Deesh, Logan Stenberg, Bobby Haskins. Then you go to the defense. Davion Taylor got cut. So did linebacker Barrington Wade. Bravion Roy at defensive tackle. Andrew Brown at defensive tackle. Cornerback Michael Ojemudia, who played pretty well in that final preseason game. And then edge rusher DeAnthony Jones. Checking my phone to make sure there's no new cuts here to discuss. And at this exact point in time, I do not see any. But that's why you follow me on Twitter, @HGramNFL. We will keep you guys updated. All right, that's where we sit with the latest Bears news and rumors. Remember, tomorrow is cut down day, 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 Central Time. As soon as the Bears 53-man roster is announced, we're going to have a video for you guys. I'm not sure if we'll be going live tomorrow. That's TBD, but at minimum, we'll have a full video breakdown, so do not miss out. Subscribe and turn on your notifications.